right. So this is what we are discussing today, the sales process. The questions I'll ask you here, some of them I'll respond to them, and some of them you can actually take away as, as homework to go and, find what you're doing in your own business. The first question I will ask you is, it's about your business growth. What is your average customer spend in the first 30 days with you or in your business? When you get a new customer, how much do they pay you in the first 30 days? And then how much do they spend after that first, instance with you, or within the first 12 months? Have you ever calculated that? When your customers come, do they come again and spend a little bit more and a little bit more? And after 12 months, how much do they spend purchasing your products and services? Or do your customers just come, buy once and disappear? And do you have a database where you store all these customers, at least the ones who have purchased something, even if it's small, even if it's just a $5 or 500 bob item? Do you keep that database active? Remember, if someone has purchased something from you, however cheap, they'll most likely purchase something else. But it's up to you as, as a business person to ensure that that person is actually happy with what they purchased the first time. And also you have kept the conversations going. All right. Secondly, where do you attract your new customers from? Is it online? Is it through referrals? And how much do you spend? What's your acquisition costs? Have you ever actually calculated the time and money you spend in acquiring those customers? And once they purchase from you, is that profitable? Actually, if let's say you have salespeople, you're paying commissions, or there's a system you're using that you're paying some subscriptions on, and it's the one that is used to at least attract customers, whichever way, however you implement it, what's the cost of acquiring a customer? And how much then do you sell your products and services, and are you able to get any profits from that? And finally, the question I was asking is, are you actually capturing the details of those customers that are coming in? Even if they're potential customers, they have come, they have seen your products and services, they have inquired 1 or 2 questions. Are you keeping those details? I remember last week I asked the same questions. And the reason why I'm repeating the same questions is because I'm going now to the next level where I'm asking you about the sales process. Who takes the inquiries, communicates and qualifies your new customers, and even invites them to a sales presentation, or even does an assessment of their needs? And who ensures that the inquiries are followed up, right? That is a question you need to ask yourself. Is it you, the business owner? Do you have some salespeople? Or is there a system or a mechanism in place that actually sends them the first email, the second email, that actually takes them through an automated journey to be able to understand what your business is about, so that if, as a business owner, you get to speak with them, they have already learned a lot about what they can benefit from you. And therefore, what you're doing as a business owner is just to close the sale. Or is it you taking them through the initial stages of understanding what the business is about, how they can benefit from you, and even up to closing the sale? And even the question now that comes is, how much time are you spending in taking the customer through the entire sales journey? Or are you spending more time in your business, crafting the business, building the business, managing the customers who have already purchased? If let's say they have purchased a service and that service takes a few weeks or a few months to deliver. So how much time are you spending with that customer, just delivering the solution, or are you spending more time in actually bringing them on or bring them on board through the customer journey? Where are you spending most of your time? And what happens to all inquiries that did not attend, for example, a presentation? Let's say you had invited people for our awareness session or a presentation, and a few of them, yes, attended, but you had many more people who had registered. What happens to those people who registered? And how are you keeping track of those people? Because remember, people do register, but only around 25% are able to attend your sessions. So what do you do with the 75%? So some of the ideas that we share with you during the Build and Automate Your Own Business program is to give you ideas on what you can do with these people who are curious about what you offer, but sometimes they don't have the time to attend those sessions. What are these things that you can do? How do you follow up? How do you ensure that actually in the next session that you offer, they're able to attend? And even you balance that with the number of hours you're spending in discussing the sales, or the customer journey itself. So the balance is very, very important. When someone has a plan presented to them, what is the incentive to go ahead in the next 24 hours or in the next 1 week? Like, how do you enable or ensure that a potential customer makes the right decision to purchase your product or service? If it's a service, definitely it's never cast on stone. The service you offered customer A and the service you offer customer B might be tweaked here and there. But as you meet them, you have a conversation on how this particular product or service can help them, then you need to help them also make a decision as quickly as possible. So never just leave the potential customer just to decide for themselves. There's a way you can definitely take them step by step in understanding how they can benefit from your service. Sometimes we are so mechanical and you just talk about the same thing to all potential customers, and you don't exactly listen to what the needs are. Because even if these customers are asking for the same thing, it's not always exactly the same. The kind of feeling or the kind of experience they want to have is totally different from customer to customer. Even if it's an outfit they're purchasing to put on, a suit, the kind of feeling, the kind of experience they're looking for, it's very unique to that particular customer. So the question is, how do you help them make that decision as quickly as possible without reading a template? All right. What other items are systematically recommended based on the customer needs? Yes, because sometimes even if they buy one item, based on your conversations with them, you may also want to recommend another item, right? And that is how you get repeat customers or a customer buying from you over and over again, because other than just handing them what they actually need at that particular point in time, you also give them more information as to what goes with that, or you could recommend for them. Yeah, someone has come for an outfit, recommend a shoe that matches with that, recommend a hairstyle, for example, that matches with that as well, or something else. And eventually find that these customers, even if they cannot afford the second item, they will come up again for that other item that you recommended. Do you normally do that? Do you recommend other things, or you just hand over what they came to buy and you just say goodbye, right? So you need to have some conversations in such a way that when you understand what a customer wants, then you need to understand what else they would actually match or go with what they have just purchased. Yeah. And on customers that have not bought for a period of time, and initially they came and they were very excited, but perhaps for 6 to 12 months, they haven't come back. So how do you reactivate them? Do you ever remember them, or you are always waiting for new ones? Yeah. So in this case, you're always told, have some sort of promotions. If you have bought from me once, twice, then you are qualified for these particular discounts. Remember, perhaps you've even seen all these things happening in some shops, in some malls, but even this applies to your business. The same tactics that are used by those people who sell to you also apply to your business. We just need to figure out what are these extras that I can give to my customers so that they can be encouraged and can feel good, and so that they can come back and purchase some more. And on customers that have bought from you several times, what premium options do you have? Do you have even some subscriptions for such, so that you have a special area, VIP area, that you give them some incentives? For example, if somebody has been spending some quite good money on you, even if you're, let's say, a hairdresser, somebody has been coming there every week, every month, perhaps you could even have a quarterly lunch, yeah, for people who are very consistent. You just need to keep all those statistics. But the question I'm asking you today is, then are you keeping some statistics about the customers that come most often? so that you're able to give them that special treatment, because those are the people you do not want to lose. Yeah, I remember one time I used to go to a certain hairdresser, and when the leadership or the management of that particular salon was changing, they were inviting people for a lunch, I remember. And I remember they had missed out on a number of us who were so frequent in that particular salon. And they only realized last minute that they had not invited us for the lunch, or they were wondering why we have not confirmed, only to realize that they had missed out our names in the database. So always remember, ensure your database of your customers is most current. Ensure you have enough statistics on customer buying behavior. How often do they come to buy? What is it they normally buy most of the time? And then what incentives do you have for these customers to encourage them to keep coming, and even to refer others to you because they are very excited? So the conclusion for today's conversation is, give your customers a wow experience, and they will always refer other, friends and relatives to you because you've been giving them the best experience. So thank you so much for listening in. And as I said, it's a Soul Food Monday to ignite your week and to ensure that you have a fantastic week and implement some of these things that we are discussing. Have a lovely evening, and it's a good night for now. Goodbye.